kids, Dad, it's Friday and it's time. Yeah, it's right, it's Friday, it's time for lunch with Dad. Hi, Dad here from Dad's Guide to WDW. I am so glad you're here. This is a big week for us. Well, it's not so much, but it's just a big day. You know, it's Friday. It's Friday. It's time to celebrate. Have some fun. First off, though, I want to thank our partners from CelebrationShirts.com who support and sponsor Lunch with Dad. This week, they're having a big sale. Today through Wednesday, July 5th, they're having a big July 4th sale. If you go over to their website, CelebrationShirts.com, you can make an order and get 10% off by using the code July 4th. That's pretty cool. So anyway, CelebrationShirts.com. Give them a little ring. We'll have the link down in the comments below. And speaking of July 4th, it is about to be July 4th. Let's celebrate a little bit. I even wore the flaggiest t-shirt I own, you know, stripes at least, red and white stripes. Well, there's some gray on there too. But anyway, so here we go. July 4th week. Very special week for around here. I hope you guys enjoy your big day on the 4th. Have a nice day off. And time for some fireworks. Love fireworks. Love fireworks. Anyway, we got to get going. Lunch with Dad. Here we go. What are we going to do this week? I'm always about the plan. So what is the plan this week? Well, let's just check it out. Here we go. The plan. We're going to start out with a rant. I've got a rant this week. It wasn't going to be much of a rant, but it turned into a big one yesterday. This is a big rant. You got to see this. Then we've got the news of the week. There's, yesterday when I was doing my preparation, there wasn't much news, and now there's a lot of news. So, got a lot of news to talk about. Tip of the week. We've got a cool tip of the week. Then I'm going to answer questions. We've got a couple of questions from the Ask Dad page, and then I'm going to answer your questions. So, if you've got a question, you can put it down in the comments below, and I'll answer any question about Walt Disney World. I will answer it today. I've even got a question about Disneyland today. I'll try and answer Disneyland questions, know a little bit about Disneyland. Been there once in the last 50 years. So I can answer any question you got. I'll try to answer any question you got about Walt Disney World. Pretty much about Walt Disney World, but just put them down in the comments and we'll answer them here at the end. And then I've got some final thoughts. So that is the plan for today. So let's get started. I was going to talk about, I don't even remember what it was going to be, but yesterday something happened that changed everything. Disney made an announcement yesterday. They made an announcement about the Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, okay, they're going to change the Pirates of the Caribbean. That happens every couple of years, but then when you got down into looking at the announcement, there was something that just, it's just getting to the point.
Sometimes it hurts so badly I must cry out loud.
Sometimes you just got to say, whoa, Disney, stop. Yes, they announced yesterday that coming sometime in the future, the Florida Pirates of the Caribbean and the one over in Paris are gonna be changed, and they're gonna take out the scene with the auction of the ladies' auction, where it says, "We wants the redhead." That's gonna be taken out. It's just crazy. If you've been on social media at all, you know that this is getting quite a reaction. This is one of those things like a few years ago, Disney put wheat buns into Casey's Corner. Wheat buns on a hot dog. I kind of ranted about that a couple of hundred times. At least 3 or 4 times that I know of. And for a year or so, Disney kept the wheat buns, but then they went away. I'm hoping that the reaction to changing one of the iconic scenes that has been in the ride for probably ever since it first opened at Walt Disney World. That's 1970. I don't remember exactly when it opened. I think it was open when the park first opened, right around the time the park first opened, early 70s. Here we're talking over 45 years, nearly 45 years since it opened. And it's just crazy to think that we've got to change it now. My opinion, but it's just one of those iconic things that you don't mess with, Disney. You don't mess with the redhead. You just don't. We'll see what happens. This might be one of those things, when Disney first announced Fantasyland, let's say, and they first announced the upgrade to Fantasyland. There was like 6 castles in Fantasyland. Every princess was going to have her own castle. And it just seemed a little that there wouldn't be much for boys, that it was a little girlish. And yeah, when they finally redid Fantasyland, some of those castles kind of went away. And it is a really, really good balanced upgrade. So this might be one of those things that while Disney announced it, sometimes they announce things and then they never happen. Like a year ago, they announced that Wreck-It Ralph was coming to Stitch, and it still hadn't happened. So maybe it'll go away. I don't know. It could be that it'll change. Probably. They've announced that it's going to change. Disney, I was right about the wheat buns, and I'm right about this. Listen to Dad. All right, enough of that. All right. Must let the show go on, right? That's what the song says. That's where we start. All right, so the news of the week. Here we go. What's the news this week? Hey, this morning, the Candlelight Processional dinner packages. They announced that the Candlelight Processional dinner packages are now available for booking. You want to jump on that real quick. If you're going to Walt Disney World during the Christmas season and you want to go to the Candlelight Processional, those dinner packages are a great deal. It's a good. It just really helps to be able to get in line early. So go book your Candlelight Processional dinner package right now. Just go do it. Right? No, wait until the lunch with Dad is over. But go book your Candlelight Processional dinner package. Trust me, get it booked now. Booking early always helps. All right, and they also announced a few narrators, 5 narrators. There'll probably be 15 to 20 narrators before it's all done, but they announced the first 5, so they'll keep announcing them through the years. It's a little earlier than I expected. I expected it to happen next month. Well, actually, end of next month in August, but they're a little on the ball this year. So, okay. Next, Star Wars: The Galaxy Far, Far Away stage show got a new character. Rey has joined the cast of the Star Wars: A Galaxy Far, Far Away stage show at Disney Hollywood Studios. Pretty cool. They're getting things up to date. The Hall of Presidents, there was an announcement, speaking of July 4th weekend. It was kind of expected that in fact, I think it had been announced that the Hall of Presidents was going to be open by July 4th. Well, that has been delayed. They say it's due to a major overhaul. They're overhauling the sound system, getting new shoes for all the presidents. Just a lot of things that they're trying to do. So sometime after the summer, sometime in the fall, the Hall of Presidents will reopen. All right, so, okay, Pirates, we've talked about the redhead already. Siemens, the sponsor of Illuminations, and Illumination Spaceship Earth. they sponsor Illuminations and Spaceship Earth. They're ending their sponsorship agreement with Disney. This happens all the time. That's kind of why Frozen Ever After went into Norway, because Norway's sponsorship agreement wasn't renewed. It might have been renewed, but it just wasn't the same. These sponsorship agreements, when Disney, especially when Epcot first opened, everything was sponsored by somebody. And some of that has gone by the wayside. They're not as into sponsorship agreements as they used to be. So there might be a new sponsor to take over, whatever. When Epcot gets the upgrade, they're going to change all these things anyway, and that's getting ready to start probably next year or so. And we'll start seeing there's already been two filings of changes to the property, to the Epcot property. One up by Ellen's Energy Adventure, and the other one back in France. So there's lots going on at Epcot and Illuminations. It's time for an upgrade. It's time for a refresh. So we'll see what happens there. Spaceship Earth, there was kind of already talk that it was going to be upgraded again. So, those things happen. It's just a natural progression. All right. So, and there was one more. Nope, that was it. Okay, that's the news this week. All right. Speaking of changes at Walt Disney World, this week, in fact, just this morning, WDW Magazine. Oh, you cannot see that. That just doesn't work. That's my iPad with my WDW Magazine cover on there. You don't want to see that. The WDW Magazine cover. We just released the changes at Walt Disney World in 2017, the new issue of WDW Magazine. It's all about the changes that are going on at Walt Disney World now and in the future, this year, and some of them in the future. It's a really good issue. If you don't already subscribe to WDW Magazine, go check it out. There's previews of every issue. You can kind of check it out, wdw-magazine.com, wdw-magazine.com. Go over and give it a look. Click on the preview little link at the top, and you can check out every issue. We've got 40, I think this was number 46, the 46th issue of WDW Magazine this month. So check out our changes at WDW Magazine and enjoy. It's really good. All right, so let's see what's next. Oh, here we go. Before we get to tip of the week, remember, if you've got any questions, because we're moving along pretty quick, we're going to have time for a lot of questions. So if you've got any questions, put them down in the comments below. You can, any comments you want to make, if you want to make a comment, just stick it down in the comments below, and we'll look at it. And also, if you like Lunch with Dad, be sure to click that like button and share. It really helps us when you like and share this, when other people get to see it. All right, so we have got Dad's Tip of the Week coming next. All right, here we go. Dad's Tip of the Week. Hi, Dad here with this week's Dad's Tip of the Week. This week I want to share with you the secret for staying cool at the Magic Kingdom. There is one secret to how to stay cool, not cool, how to stay cool at the Magic Kingdom. And it's what I call power napping stations. Now, I was working on my book this morning, Dad's Simple Fun Magic Guide to Walt Disney World Planning, and I got to thinking about how you can stay cool at the Magic Kingdom. And I came up with the idea of power napping stations. This really is a secret. Don't tell anybody. It's a secret. Okay, so power napping station. What's a power napping station, you might be asking? Well, I'm just going to read it to you right out of the book. Here we go. Power napping stations are strategically located in nice, cool, dark buildings. There are specifically built power napping chairs in each of these power napping stations. After about 20 minutes, there is an alarm that turns the light on, and a nice attendant wakes you up and asks you to continue your day. These power napping stations even come with some built-in soothing background noise. Now, for the book, we have created a map that shows you where these power napping stations, these secret cool places, the places to stay cool at the Magic Kingdom, are located. This is the map. It'll be available in the book, and we'll have a link where you can download it. But these power napping stations have names like the Enchanted Tiki Room, the Country Bear Jamboree, the Hall of Presidents, Mickey's PhilharMagic, Carousel of Progress. Yeah, these shows are great places to cool off while you're at the Magic Kingdom. You go in there, you're 20, 30, 40 minutes in these cool, dark rooms. Nice show goes on. You can watch the show. And it's just, the buildings are kept really nice and chilly. So it's a great place to cool off while you're at the Magic Kingdom. The secret to staying cool at the Magic Kingdom. That's Dad's Tip of the Week. We'll see you next week. Now, don't you just love that those intro things that we put on our Tip of the Week and on our videos? Oh, oh, okay. So it's kind of fun, though. Power napping stations, places to stay cool. Just love having that option at the Magic. You know, it gets hot. It's Florida. It's hot. It's great to be able to go in there and cool off at those nice, cool, dark places that are just set up just for that purpose. All right. One more thing before we get into questions. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. We've got a lot of time left, and I'm about out of stuff, getting ready to start the questions. So if you've got any questions, stick them down in the comments, and I'll answer them here in a few minutes. All right. But before that, one last thing. My buddy Patrick from the Official Ticket Center sent me an email yesterday and said they've got a special going. No telling how long this is going to last, but Disney is offering a special right now on tickets. If you buy a 2-day base, 2-day park hopper, or 1-day park hopper, Disney is now going to add a half a day's water park ticket to that. So you get a free half a day at the water park if you buy one of those other tickets. Official Ticket Center, we'll have the link down in the comments below, but the Official Ticket Center, great people. They are the best place you can go to buy Walt Disney World tickets. If you're not putting them in your package. If you need Disney World tickets, go to the Official Ticket Center. They are official. They are licensed by Disney to resell tickets. They work with Disney. They actually have a computer that interfaces with the Disney ticket computer. They're located just about a mile from Walt Disney World, so they'll deliver tickets right to your hotel. They'll send them to your house however you want them, and it's really a good deal. So don't forget those new ticket options that are available at the Official Ticket Center. Check our link down below. All right, here we go. Time for questions. This is my favorite time of the week. Here we go. First question. This one comes from my buddy, one of my best friends, literally one of my best friends here in Edmond, Oklahoma. I talk to him all the time. We go to church together. He sits right in front of me, and we've been friends since college age, and that's a long time. So he and his wife are some of our longest and dearest friends. And he by the way, he's probably listening to Lunch with Dad right now, because he listens to Lunch with Dad. He talks to me about it every week. Here, Steve is his name. Steve asked me this question. Hey, Dad, I'm afraid to ask a Disneyland question, but who else would I turn to? Mrs. Mom's friend, Steve's wife, decided on a whim that we would go to California in mid to late October for a getaway. It will center around Disneyland. Since you aren't writing a book about that location yet, that's his words, not mine, what is my best bet for getting information? Barnes & Noble had a lifeless photo book on the shelf. Do I buy Burn Bombs 2017 or wait until September and get the 2018 book? Other suggestions. Where should I dig for the best ticket prices? My last trip, we used AAA and got a good deal. Thanks, Dad. Well, Steve, as you know, and we talk about this, we didn't talk about this specifically. You told me you were going to ask a question this week, so good question. I'm not nearly as up on Disneyland as I am on Disney World. I spend all of my time thinking about Walt Disney World just because there's so much to think about and talk about. I can't even keep up with that. So I don't spend a lot of time thinking about Disneyland. So, but that being said, I've got friends that do. I reached out to our partners from Destinations of Travel and asked them to see what they thought about this question. And I got an answer from Stephanie Walsh. And she says, nothing better than an impromptu trip to any Disney destination. One of our favorite parts of a vacation is planning, so I understand your desire to research your destination. I would suggest you visit your local library and check out the 2017 Burn Bombs official guide until the 2018 edition is available. At that time, you can purchase the latest up-to-date guide to mark in and dog-ear the pages. Another resource that I found to be helpful is the Passporter Guide. They offer Disneyland as well as Walt Disney World and the Disney Cruise Line editions. I found this resource gives a variety of perspectives on resorts, attractions, and dining experience and shows. In regard to obtaining the best pricing, I suggest you use an authorized Disney vacation planner for your absolutely free vacation planner. Will work to acquire the lowest rates for you and your family, as well as monitor your reservation for any future promotions that your package qualifies for, and then apply them as available. Okay, Steve, old buddy of pal, there you go. That's Stephanie's recommendations. I would add to that you look at touring plans. Touringplans.com and the unofficial guide to Disneyland. The unofficial guide and touring plans are the same people. They work together. Touring Plans has great information about the park. It will tell you how to set up your rides. It just over a bunch of great information. So I would add Touring Plans to that. I do like the official guides. I'd go ahead and buy the 2017 version. There's not going to be that much difference. Since you're going in October and the new version doesn't come out till September, I'd buy the 2017 version and look at it. There's not a lot of difference. And what isn't in the official guide or the unofficial guide, I'd buy both of them. What aren't in those, you'll see in Touring Plans on their page, on their website. The Touring Plans website is free if you want to get into their plans, and the crowd calendar's more than a month out. You do need to subscribe. I had my subscription ended this week, and I had to re-up, and I re-up for 3 years. I use Touring Plans all the time. I use it to plan my trips. I use it not every day, but every week for sure. So Touring Plans is a great resource. So that's what I'd add. I'll talk to you Sunday, Steve. We'll get this all straightened out. So Dad's bottom line is the official guide, the unofficial guide, Touring Plans, Passporter. Those are kind of the ones. And until Dad gets his book, I'm not going to write a Disneyland book. I don't think. So that's where I would start. Anyway, talk to you Sunday, Steve. All right. Next question. Here we go. This one is from Kerry in Brighton in the UK. All right. This is a good one. Hi, Dad. My sister, my dad, and I are planning a trip to Euro Disney in the new year, and my dad's birthday is coming up. As a dad, are there any good Disney-themed gifts you can recommend to perhaps tie into the trip? It would be a great help. Kerry, let me say first off, it's great that you're taking your dad to Walt Disney World. Going to we've always gone with the kids. We finally went with the adult kids here a couple of years ago, and it was just great. Just enjoyed being with both of our kids and their spouses. It was just a great time. going with Dad. You're going to build memories that Dad's going to remember forever. That's just really cool. And getting something for his birthday, that's another great idea. Something Disney for his birthday, something that'll make him think about the upcoming trip. Cool idea. Now, as for me helping you figure out what to get for your dad, the one person that you should look to for that is, let my buddy Toby, take it away, Toby. Yeah. So, Kerry, when it comes to your dad and a gift for your dad for Christmas or for his birthday, I would recommend that you know what he likes. Does he like Mickey ties? I don't know that. Does he like we want the redhead? What's best for him? You know better than I do what he likes. That's why you and your sister need to get together. Have a little party to figure out what you're going to get Dad for the trip. It might be a book. It might be a book about going to, I don't even know if there is a book for Disneyland Paris. I'm sure there are. But just something. It's a great idea to get him a gift. I'm sorry I can't be more helpful, but I don't know your dad. I know what I like, but I don't know what he likes. For me, it'd be something sporty and Disney. That would be, you see what I've got around here. But you know your dad. You know what to get your dad. That's the bottom line. You get your dad what you think he needs, what he would like. Anyway, all right. So that's all the questions I have this week. So let's get on to your questions. So what questions do you have for me this week? Here we go. All right. We got a few. Let's get started. All right. John asks, I see gondola construction has begun. What resorts are able to benefit from it? Well, John, some people are speculating that the gondola construction has begun. The buildings that it was speculated were for the gondola construction are the construction has started on that. Now, does it look like that's going to be what it is? Absolutely. Has Disney announced it? No, they haven't. Is it for sure that it's going to be gondolas? No, it's not for sure. It might be, but then again, it might not be. So until Disney actually announces it, or until it becomes obvious, it's hard to say that it's going to be gondolas. That being said, I mean, they even put the wall up or at the international entrance to Epcot this week, the construction wall, and started construction over there. The construction, meaning they started clearing the land, they've built some pads, building pads. There's no walls up, nothing to that. They just basically cleared the land and started the construction, the base construction. That's it. What resorts? Right now, there's going to be one landing place between the Pop Century and the Art of Animation. There's one stop at the Caribbean Beach Resort, and there is one stop at, what was the other one? Or was it just those two? Seems like there was a third one, but I think I'm right. I think there's only just two. So and they're just right there together. The Caribbean Beach Resort, the Art of Animation, Pop Century, right there together. So right now, those are the only rumored resorts that are going to be on the gondola. My guess is when they start getting built, if it works, that will be expanded vastly. But it might not. We'll just have to see how it goes. If it becomes a viable product, then probably you'll see other resorts being added. But, I think they wanted to get the vast majority, not the vast majority, but you got 2,800 rooms at the Pop Century, 1,500 rooms at Art of Animation, and most of those are double rooms, so it's not quite 1,500, but it's, so you've got a bunch of people in that little 3-hotel area, and getting them over to Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios, that's a lot of people that they can move in that one location. So the two locations, but that one general area. So we'll see. I don't know for sure what's going to happen. Don't even really know for sure that it's a gondola system. It sure looks like it. If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. Might be a duck, but right now it might be a hippopotamus. We just don't know yet. All right. There you go. All right, next question. Here we go. Connie asks, when renting DVC points and buying tickets from a non-Disney site, can everything be attached to a magic band? Connie, it's a good question. And yes, absolutely. Any ticket purchased, legal ticket purchased, can be attached to a magic band. There's a number on the ticket, and you just add that into your My Disney experience, and it's tied right into your magic band. So it's very simple. Now, be careful about where you purchase tickets. There was an article in the Orlando Sentinel this week about a guy that was arrested for selling Disney tickets to a family. He sold like 13 Disney tickets to a family for $1,000. And the people went to the park, and security says, "Yep, those aren't any good. Those tickets aren't any good." So they're at $1,000 because they bought bad tickets. Plus, 13 people times Disney tickets, to get in the park, they spent a lot of money. Don't let that happen to you. Don't buy Disney tickets anywhere except for official places, officially recognized by Disney places. There's like 6 that are, other than Disney, there are like 6 places. We highly recommend the official ticket center. They're the biggest, they're the best, they're right there. They're the only ones that have a presence, a real physical presence, not just some drop box in town. The real physical presence in Orlando. So, and they've got all kinds of tickets. They got tickets for all kinds of stuff in Orlando. Any show, any park, anything you want to do in Orlando, they have tickets for. So use our partners at the official ticket center for buying tickets. It'll save you some money. They resell tickets. They're licensed resellers by Disney. Be sure to use a licensed reseller. Don't come up to the gate and say, swipe your pass, and security says, "Come here." It's not fun. I know you're just trying to save money, but it doesn't work. Disney's really good. They know which tickets are good and which aren't. All right, here we go. Debbie asks, we are considering having our small wedding at Disney World during our next visit. Would it be better to plan staying at a resort nearest the wedding venue, the boardwalk, or would it be too much trouble to stay at another resort? Should the trip and wedding be booked together? Debbie, congratulations. A wedding at Disney is a great idea. It's a great place to hold a wedding. First thing I'd say is go right now. Go to our page, our Dad's Guide to www.destinations-to-travel.html. The link will be down there, our Destinations to Travel page. And at the bottom of the page, there's a form that you can fill out where you give the information about your trip. Shannon Bonadur, the owner of Destinations to Travel, used to work as a, what do they call them? One of the Disney wedding planners. She worked for Disney as a wedding planner. So she'll be able to help you with all of those details. I mean, they really do a good job, and she knows Disney weddings. So she'll be able to help. In fact, I went to a Disney wedding seminar with her a couple of years ago. Go right now, and go down and right now during lunch with Dad, go down and tell Shannon about your trip. Tell Destinations to Travel about your trip. They'll be able to help you with those questions. Would I stay near the wedding venue? Yeah, probably. That's probably where I would stay. What was the other question? Let me look here. Should the trip and wedding be booked together? Disney doesn't even do that. Disney, when they book your wedding, it's usually the wedding all gets booked, and then several months later they come in with the trip information. So no, in fact, I would probably not book my trip directly with the Disney through the wedding people. Again, I highly recommend you use Destinations to Travel because the Disney travel planning people, that's what they're there for. I mean, the wedding planning people are there for the wedding. I always recommend that you use a good Disney travel agent when it comes to booking Disney travel, especially for groups. And the good thing about Destinations to Travel, they are a great Disney travel agent, is they'll help you with things like FastPass, with things like making your dining reservations, with helping you get My Disney Experience set up. And with a big group, that's important. So go down there, go to the Destinations to Travel page over on the site, and fill out the form, and get started today. Even if you're not, even the wedding's a ways off, get started today with them and let them help you through all of those details. Trust me, that's what you want to do. All right, so here we go. Next question. All right, Dina asks, can you or can you not pool hop? Dina, you can't. Disney did away with that. You no longer can pool hop. They've put fences up around all the pools now. So there are still some pools like the Pop Century, the All-Stars, but all the deluxe pools now have fences around them that require a key to get in, a magic band or a room key to get in, a magic band to get in. So no pool hopping anymore. It just doesn't. For me, if I'm gonna pay $600 a night to stay at the Polynesia, I want some perks. And that's one of the perks, to use that volcano pool at the Polynesian. And having it full because the people from the Pop Century want to come over and use the pool, it's probably not the best idea. So no, they've changed it to where you have to be staying in the resort to use the resort pool. All right. Gary asks, which age is best for kids to go? What age would you say was too young? Good question, Gary, and I have changed my tune on this one. I used to be 5 years old was the perfect age. 5 years old was the perfect age. We took the man-child and the princess the first time. He was almost 5. We went in June and he turned 5 in August. So that we thought that was just about the perfect age. It turns out it was a good age. It was a really good age. He was able to do everything, but he doesn't remember it. We've talked about it. He says, yeah, I remember talking about it. I remember seeing some of the pictures and some of the video, but I really don't remember the trip. So if you're going to build memories for the children, you got to wait a while. I mean, they don't, my earliest memories, I don't know, probably kindergarten, kindergarten, first grade, so 6, 7 years old. But where I have changed my tune is, whose memories are you building? Are you building your memories or their memories? I think you're building your memories, your family's memories. The whole family is building memories. If you take grandparents, you're building their memories. When else will you get to see the first time your child sees Mickey, at that 18, that really cool, fun stage where they get to see Mickey for the first time, where they get their first ride on Dumbo and where they're just old enough, 18 months or something, to really light up with Dumbo and Elsa and Anna and all those stories that you're starting to infuse them with. I think I've heard of people as young as 5 days old taking their kids to Disney. I think that's a little too much, but it's about your memories. At what age do you want to start making those memories of your kids getting to see getting them involved in that Disney? I want to say that Disney culture. It is a culture. How old do you start showing them Disney movies? About the time you start showing them Disney movies, start buying them Disney toys, is about the time you probably ought to take them to Disney World. That's just my opinion. Of course, 3 years old, before they turn 3, it doesn't cost you anything to take them. After they turn 3, you got to pay for them. But then there's that 9-year-old thing. When they turn 10, they're adults. So those are some points that you want to remember. But I used to say 5. Now I say whenever you're ready to take them. Some people say they need to be able to not sit in a stroller. They need to be out of diaper. I don't care about all of that. It's what you want to deal with. It's up to you. What do you want to deal with? When do you want to start making those memories? That's what's important. All right, next question. Here we go. Steve asks, can you get a key card for your guest room when you get to Disney Springs from the parks, or the parks from Disney Springs? Stephen, yes, you can get a key card. I don't know why you would want one if you've got a Magic Band, but you can still get key cards. They still make key cards. Some people don't have Magic Bands. They're getting more and more prevalent, but if you've got to have one, I think you can still get a key card. As to what was the other question? I forget. My brain is mush already today. It just some days. Getting to and from Disney Springs from the parks. There are buses to Disney Springs from each of the parks. I think that there is a point like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning where the buses don't go from the parks to Disney Springs. They only go from the hotels. I believe it was 10 o'clock. They only go from the hotels from 10 o'clock in the morning from the parks. I'm sorry, I said the hotels. From the parks to Disney Springs, 10 o'clock in the morning, and vice versa. Disney Springs to the parks doesn't start running till 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. So you do need to, you will have to wait to get to Disney. Disney Springs doesn't really start opening a lot of stuff till around 10 o'clock. So that's kind of why that happens. So yes, you do have the buses that run both ways. All right, next question. All right, here we go. Dolores asks, put my iPad right there. Dolores asks, now that Magic Band 2 has been out for a bit, is it still okay to use our old Magic Bands that are showing active on our My Disney Experience? Shoot, I'd put one on and see. I'm not at Disney World, but hey, yeah, absolutely. The old Magic Bands still work as long as they're active. You can add your tickets to the Magic Band and just use it just like the Magic Band 1 or 2. If you're staying in a Disney hotel, you're going to get, you have the option now of saying, I want a new Magic Band or I want to use one of my old ones. So you still have the option. You will be able to make the choice. One thing I do know is the newer ones are more comfortable. They're a little more flexible. You know how these are kind of hard right here in the middle? That's not near as bad with the 2.0 version. So you might want to try the 2.0 version. But yeah, you can still use the 1.0 version. All right. We only got okay. Here, Stephanie's telling me buses to Disney Springs from parks start at 4 p.m. and no service from Disney Springs to the parks. Hi, Dad here again. Finally, I'm back. I'm going to turn it this way. Having to hold my camera now. We've got an internet outage or something here. So I'm going to answer the last couple of questions, and then we're going to call it a day. Try not to put my finger in front of the phone. Okay, so Angie says, hi, I'm concerned about transportations after Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I'm guessing that the wait for the buses will be really long. What's your experience with this? Have you ever tried Uber? I'm not sure if this is a difference or not, but the party is November 28th. Okay, I'll go back to this way. Angie, it kind of depends on when you leave. If you leave right after the fireworks, yes, you're going to see long lines at the buses. If you leave right after the parade, yes, you're going to see long lines at the buses. But if you leave just about any other time, it's okay. If you wait till the end of the night, lines won't be terribly long because there's not that many people there that stay until midnight or whatever the time the party ends. So it's not near as bad as a regular day. But if you leave at those major times, yes, the buses are going to be really, really full. Uber, never tried it. But that's just because I tend to have my own car when we go to Disney World. I just like having a car at Disney World. So don't do Uber too much. But from what I hear, it's fine. It's, you know, they do a great job. There are taxis, there's Uber, but I wouldn't go that far from the party. If you want, you know, whenever you want to leave, just avoid that big time of the fireworks or the right after the parade. Go ride a couple more rides. Go to the gift shops. Wait 45 minutes, or, you know, especially if you watch the fireworks, leave during the second parade and the buses won't be all that busy. So that's probably the best way to handle that. All right, one more, because my hands are shaking. They always shake. Emily asks, is Cinderella's Royal Table worth it on the dining plan since we have to use 2 credits? Let's see, Emily. I love Cinderella's Royal Table. I think it's a great experience. If you have to ask if something is worth it, yeah, if you're trying to do the money thing, then yeah, it's an experience. Are you going for what it costs, or are you going for the experience? Cinderella's Royal Table is an experience. The princesses come out, you're eating in the castle. You see right up there that little, whatever you call it, wand, that magic wand. That's from Cinderella's Royal Table. We got that at Cinderella's Royal Table. Let's see. Yeah, there's also right up here. This is pretty cool. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this little sword thing. The guys got swords. The girls got the magic wands. It's a really cool experience. We were all adults. It wasn't kids. We were all adults at Cinderella's Royal Table. The food was probably some of the best we had at Walt Disney World. For the food alone, it was probably worth 2 credits. It was one of the best meals, the best food, high quality food we had at Walt Disney World. So, is Cinderella's Royal Table worth it? I think so. That's my opinion. All right, so that's it for Lunch with Dad this week. Remember, celebration shirts, they're 4th of July special going on this week. Use the code July4th on checkout and save 10%. And the official ticket center, the new tickets that they've got available with the extra water park thing. Sorry for the technical problems this week. One of them was my fault and the other one wasn't. But we'll try to fix that next week and do a little better. Sorry. Have a great week. Enjoy the 4th of July. Eat a hot dog for me. I love hot dogs, but at Casey's. So we'll talk to you next Friday. Bye-bye.